name is Denise and I work as an advisor here at Deaf and Hard of Hearing Services. How can I help you today?
Well, my name is Amber Carson, and this is my new baby. He's only about 4 days old. His name is Doug. And at the hospital before we left, they did some kind of test, and they just gave me this paper, and it said that he was deaf, and I just don't know what to do. So they told me to come to your office.
Well, they certainly told you to come to the right place. I can give you a lot of information about this topic and we'll figure out the best way for your baby to be able to communicate. And with this new program, we can develop a better understanding of how to help you as much as we can. We want to provide you and your baby with the best that we can with our agency here. We can figure out what school programs they have deaf and hard of hearing teachers from starting at newborn. He may have a mentor. We can decide what the best route is going to be for Doug. We're going to figure out the best way to develop language skills. So how do you feel? What do you think? I know this is all very, very overwhelming right now, and I know it's hard, and it's tough to understand. But you came to the right place, really, and we're going to do whatever you can.
I'm really scared. I just don't know what to do. I've never even met a deaf person, and there's nobody deaf in my family, and there's nobody deaf in my husband's family. We just don't know what happened, and I don't know how to use my hand, that sign stuff, and somebody said don't sign with the baby, and I just want him to be able to hear my voice.
Well, you said your baby is 4 days old, correct? Maybe once he has grown up a little bit, maybe in a couple months, if he goes back and takes a different test, a different hearing test. Because sometimes the first test, it says that he's deaf, but later on they find out that the test was wrong. And it's developed for kids that are at least 6 months of age, and that they really can hear. So I would just keep checking, and as he grows up and grows a little bit older, then try different things. Try to schedule another test a little bit further out and see how that goes. They measure like different wavelengths and how his brain responds to different sounds and different pitches of sound.
So how do I talk to my baby right now? I mean, he's nursing and things, but...
You can go ahead and do all of those things with your baby. You still can do all of those. You know, maybe when you're saying hi to him, wave your fingers too. He may or may not be able to hear your voice, but he can still see your facial expressions and he can still see your mouth movements.
So the only way I can talk with my baby is to do what you're doing?
There are plenty of other ways to communicate with your baby too, besides just signs. There are facial expressions. There's different ways that you hold your body, different ways that you move your mouth. It doesn't mean that you have to use sign language right now, but they may be able to learn how to lip read or recognize different words on your mouth.
But if Doug is completely deaf and you do an oral method, is he going to hear anything, or would it be better to use some visual with him?
Yep, visuals will work. show them pictures, maybe sign a couple pictures. Sometimes signs will actually help them understand concepts better, and they'll be able to talk about them later on. If you start signing with them as a baby, they can sometimes respond back to you in sign language. And so you choose whatever methods can work best for you.
You're saying that Dougie's going to be able to sign to me soon?
There is a deaf mentor program right now, and you can start doing that at home. They can show you the different ways that the program works, and they can teach you sign language, and they can help teach Doug some sign language. That way and then he'll be able to copy you. It's important also to have all the family involved and supportive of this as well, because it's tough to go through something like this alone, but it is more than possible.
I think that's just really great if someone could come to my house, because my husband, Jim, and I, we decided that Dougie should be at home. And so I have put in a leave of absence from my work for the first year. And could the mentor come at night? My husband works until about 3.
The mentors have very flexible schedules, and of course they can accommodate to that. Once you find a mentor, you can negotiate times and different schedules. And if you want, you can involve your brothers, your sisters, your husband, their husbands, their wives, and everybody can learn together, so that way you don't feel like it's just you in this situation.
I feel a little better. I just have one last question. So if other things come up and I mean, we don't know what to do in 6 months or a year or 2 years, is this a place where I can come to get more information, or can you just help me this once?
If you ever have any questions, please feel free to stop by, give us a call. We want to work with you. And we can set up a file here for you as well. And then this also is an informational booklet, and it can be how to communicate with your child. There's a couple of these different informational packets, and if these don't answer your questions, then feel free to contact us in any way you feel most comfortable. I want to tell you that our promise is we are with the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program, and we will do whatever it takes to help you. And this here is some information on different activities that you can be doing and that you can involve your family with doing, and do them with Doug as well. It's also a list of different deaf and hard of hearing events that you can go to, some supportive groups that you can go to. So then you can give them your information when you find a supportive group that you feel comfortable with, and then you can be in contact with them.
Oh yeah, this is so new to us. We're just not sure what to do. As I said, we have no deaf experience at all. And so this was pretty frightening when we found out. We just just didn't know what to do. I mean, we love him because he's our son, but I want to be a good mom. We want to be good parents.
Yes, and of course that is perfectly natural. And that's a really normal reaction. And you're not the only one that has ever gone through this. There are several others that have gone through the exact same thing that you have, and you're not alone. And many of those deaf people have grown up to be extremely successful, and I have no doubt that Doug will do the exact same thing. Thank you so much.